A recipe for cinnamon rolls uses 2 tablespoons of sugar per teaspoon of cinnamon for the filling. Create a double number line diagram to show the amount of cinnamon and sugar in 3, 4, and 5 batches. We have to notice that what's important here is there are 2 tablespoons of sugar per teaspoon of cinnamon. So we have to understand what the word per means. And we have learned that the word per is equal to for every. And for every means for every 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. So we know there are 2 tablespoons of sugar for every 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. We then have to understand that it wants us to show the amount of cinnamon and sugar in 3, 4, and 5 batches. To create a double number line diagram, I have to create 2 number lines that are equal on top of each other and on the bottom of each other. So I labeled my tablespoons of sugar for the first number line and my teaspoons of cinnamon for the second number line. It's very important we label our number line diagram so we can see exactly what we're talking about and comparing. It does not matter if I put teaspoons of cinnamon on top or tablespoons of sugar on bottom as long as the correct amounts are showing. Since there are no tick marks on our number line and we're creating it from scratch, we have to decide our very first tick mark. We're going to start with being 0. We have 0 tablespoons of sugar to 0 teaspoons of cinnamon. We currently have 0 batches because we haven't made anything. Our next tick line is going to represent 1 batch. And we know that for a recipe for cinnamon rolls, it uses 2 tablespoons of sugar for every 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. This is a diagram to help you represent equivalent ratios. So it's not meant to be perfect, but you do want to ensure that your ticks on the top number line and bottom number line up with each other. So as you can see here, it is very clear that you can see for every 2 tablespoons of sugar, there are 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. And that lines up with our original sentence in the beginning that says a recipe for cinnamon rolls uses 2 tablespoons of sugar per teaspoon of cinnamon for the filling. So this is for 1 batch. Just like when we made the Kool-Aid in class, to double a recipe, we needed to double our ingredients. So if I have my original recipe being 2 tablespoons of sugar per 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, I have to double that. So basically this is like repeated addition. So if my double means multiplying by 2. So 2 times 2 is 4, and 1 times 2 is 2. That is our ratio of 4 tablespoons of sugar to 2 teaspoons of cinnamon represents 2 batches. We still have not answered our question because it's asking for 3, 4, and 5 batches. So we have to keep going on our double number line diagram. So if I continue counting by 2s, I can see on my first number line it's going to have 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I also know we got this by doing 2 times 3 gives me 6, and 2 times 4 gives me 8, and 2 times 5 gives me 10. I also can see that I'm counting by ones on my second number line. So I'm going 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Another way I did this is 1 times 2 is 2. 1 times 3 is 3. 1 times 4 is 4. And 1 times 5 is 5. Notice how for 10 tablespoons of sugar and for 5 teaspoons of cinnamon, I multiplied my original ratio by the same number, being 5. I can also see that for every 6 tablespoons of sugar, there are 3 teaspoons of cinnamon. This means I tripled my original ratio. When I triple my original ratio, it leads me to having, this represents 3 batches. I tripled my original ratio. This leads me to having then 4 batches. And 10 to 5 leads me to having 5 batches. I could keep going on with my double number line and continue drawing ticks and lining them up and counting by twos and counting by ones, but I don't need to because the question only asks for 3, 4, and 5 batches, and I have that represented here.